Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. So yesterday was Shavuot and tonight is Shabbat. And the Torah portion of this Shabbat is called Naso. And while the verse is using the word Naso as count, take census, but the actual word Naso means lift up. Naso et Rosh b'nei Gershon, lift up the heads. I was thinking to myself, so within 48 hours after God gives us the Torah, what's the first thing God's telling us? Lift up your heads. And I reminded myself of a story of a man who I knew when I was a high school student. I took my high school years in a dorm school in LA called Yeshiva Or Elchanan Chabad, under the auspices of Rabbi Ezra Shachat, may he live and be well. And the top man of all of California, the final say in Chabad Lubavitch, was a man by the name of Shmuel David Reichik. He was an unbelievable person, brilliant, quiet, frail. He was one of the students of the previous Rebbe that went through Shanghai. That's where the yeshiva was. That's how they were saved. And he was the top final word in California Chabad. And even though most people are shocked to hear that, because everyone knows Shlomo Kunyan, that just tells you what an amazing person Shmuel David Reichik was. So I want to share with you a story. This Shmuel David Reichik, I remember him. I used to eat in his house, and he would daven for hours. By the time he came home, the family already was halfway through the meal, if not all the way through the meal, just sitting and schmoozing. His wife was brilliant, and she would run a table. It was just beautiful. And what's interesting is that at every single community event, you always saw the exact same thing. Shmuel David Reichik was at the head table, but always like by the end of the head table, as if he didn't really want to be there and something was forcing him to be there. And I want to find out what's going on with this Shmuel David Reichik. No one, it makes no difference, Chabad, not Chabad, Litvish, other Hasidim. Shmuel David Reichik was across the board honored, revered by all. And of course everyone sat him on the table, the head table, and he was always at the end. So someone told me like this. Someone told me that he never used to go sit at the head table. He always found a reason not to be at the head table. The previous Rebbe, Rabbi Yosef Yitzchak of Lubavitch, found out and told him like this: when they offer you to sit at the head table, it's not because your name is Shmuel David Reichik, it's because you're representing Chabad Lubavitch. And therefore you have no choice but to sit at the head table. And now I go back to the Torah portion. God just gave us the Torah and told us your name is associated with my name. So there's no more not sitting at the head table. You just can't do that anymore. And when you talk about the Middle East and you talk about Israel, do not be apologetic, because it's not about you. It's about God giving his land to his people. And when you see things going on in the street, do not shy away. When you see things going on social media, do not shy away. And there's a rare brand of anti-Semitism which is unique to our people, which is called self-hating Jews. Don't back down when you come across that, because it's not about you, it's not about me. It's about the people that stood at Mount Sinai, and God said, "Va'atem tiyu li," and you will be unto me. And thus we have no choice no more. As humble as we are, and as modest as we are, and as shy as we are, we have to sit at the head table, and we have to have our opinions said boldly, said loudly, said clearly. People, Naso es Rosh. It's time that we lift our heads and we say the truth without looking away and not making eye contact. Shabbat Shalom.